Alright, Forza Motorsport has came out recently, and to safely say after many hours of playtime, it's a broken mess. After a 6-year-long hiatus, there is a ton of cover from the community's expectations, game development, and the outcome for the bad and the good. In most cases, the bad outlays the good and implants most of its reception overall negatively towards critics and users. However, the future of this game can leave out a bright end to the tunnel. This is why I think Forza Motorsport has potential. Post Forza Motorsport 4 into the Xbox One era of the Motorsport titles have seen an obvious degradation in quality. For the majority of others, Motorsport 5 lacks severely in content compared to 4, regarded as the worst Forza game. Motorsport 6 arrives with a significant increase in content from 5, but lacks the charm 4 had, which then leads to Motorsport 7, prioritizing quantity over quality, leaving a stain in the series. Over the horizon, pun intended, there is a similar degradation. For most people, Horizon 1 is regarded as the best in terms of progression, story, and gameplay. From then on, every successor arguably degraded in those aspects more and more, leaving a disgusting sense of fatigue for most players with Horizon 5. Which left Turn 10 to essentially pick up these pieces with Forza Motorsport, especially that prior to release turned out to be a 6-year-long wait. During that time period, players had major expectations with this entry. Many tracks, events, cars, as well as an improved handling system with both controller and steering wheel, car customization, single player mode, and a multiplayer mode. Not only those, but the overall tone and presentation to be as reminiscent of Motorsport 4, as most considered that as the best Forza. During early development, Turn 10 figured that having to remake all tracks from scratch was absolutely needed in order to fit the new engine model. The reasoning spawned in a well-known phrase from the developers themselves. Now, if we ignore the elephant in the room, I like to acknowledge that there are more redefined things that come to play. Things like the handling model from all inputs, car upgrade system, car customization themselves, car models themselves in terms of lighting, not rescan models, full day and night cycle with many weather conditions and multiplayer. All these things have been retouched to an extent, some more than others, and some have been redone completely. Ultimately, we never fully know as to how long these things take to make individually. But considering we had multiple years to wait patiently for this game, as well as 2 delays leading up to release, it has taken a chunk of time. The question is, has that really paid off? On paper, Forza Motorsport is severely lacking in content. From tracks to customization to single player events to cars, there are many things missing in this game. Many others claim that this is to increase its content for future updates in a similar manner Horizon 4 and 5 went through. Although I'm not entirely mad about that strategy, it shouldn't hinder most of the things that were introduced in previous titles. This game is taking that take everything out route, which isn't the best way to go. On top of that, the game is suffering from bug syndrome. At the time of recording this before update 2 of the game is severely filled with bugs, more so on the PC side, though the console side also has a part of these bugs as well. But from my side, it isn't all that bad. However, I'm not going to ignore the amount of that is present to others' perspectives. Now obviously we can't talk about this game without talking about the car upgrade system. From what I said in my video talking about it, I still stand by some of my arguments regarding the system. Has those things been implemented into the game? No. Even though it has been tweaked to make it faster to unlock all parts, 50 levels are still required to have the freedom to do whatever you like with your car. After playing with the system, right now I'd say that it only works within the Builders Cup career mode. Outside of that, not at all. The ability to do whatever, in my opinion, is a staple in multiplayer, especially in private sessions. Free play also doesn't make sense to have this system implemented. However, the career won't really have a purpose without it, as that system is overall bread and butter in terms of the experience. Forza as a series has never had bad rep in terms of car handling. Quite the opposite actually. The series have always been consistent in its quality, and Forza Motorsport is no exception. The handling is what you want and more. The depth feel is more prominent in this game, amazing to play on a controller, and the wheel also seems to be great as well for others if you want to touch up the settings, which you're gonna have to. You don't want to use stock settings on the wheel. Now for those asking if it's as good as Assetto Corsa or iRacing in terms of realism with the wheel or whatever, bro, this is a simcade. It's like Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is also a simcade. That's in his cat. It's his only cat. You know, Assetto Corsa and iRacing are real, more real games. They're full-on sims. So stop asking and downplaying this handling model if you are. I've seen a couple of people doing that. Just wanted to get that on my chest. Now, although there are a ton of customization missing from Horizon 5, like the wheel spacers, drift tires, and many others, there are some interesting new wide body kits exclusive to this game, as well as finally different race tire compounds, softs, mediums, hards, and wets. The UI also makes it very simple yet organized to where you want to equip next, which is a good step from the previous titles. As we speak, the Builders Cup career mode is unfinished due to a lack of events, though it presents itself as a decent single player to my eyes. As I said earlier, the car upgrade system makes this career mode fly. When entering every event, you have the ability to pick what car you like, and from there you have the option to upgrade it before every individual race. When you start a series, you have a limited options due to the system, though progressing through practices and races themselves will level your car. In most cases, the car in the beginning of a series doesn't drive the best. Leveling up to unlock more parts is motivating to get the car in a state where you are confident to push the pace. Although it doesn't have the full content experience as something like Motorsport 7 has, the Builders Cup is an interesting concept. Multiplayer is completely redone in a satisfying way for players. There is now proper matchmaking where your safety rating depends on who you race against. A low safety level will put you in a ramming fence, etc. Now, how it works is how clean you race. If not, penalties will come your way. Qualifying is also added into this as well, since fuel and tire compounds are also added into the mix. It requires some strategies to win. Overall, multiplayer is a massive step up from previous titles and offers a great experience for gamers. Overall, Forza Motorsport as it stands is an undercooked mess. However, what it does well is provide an experience that makes you feel like there's hope there, for it to turn out to be an amazing game in a year or two, or earlier. For most, that's too late. In that case, I understand, though I think it isn't. Turn 10 is fixing the game as we speak based on most of the players' feedback. Update 2 is about to go live or has already. An update claiming to have over 200 bug fixes as well as a new track, with more updates to come every month. Although it seems as if this game needed another delay to fully polish things out while most gamers are moving on at this point, the game will be in a great state. And that is why I think Forza Motorsport has potential. Just only time will tell. And that is it, y'all. Thank you guys for watching the video. You guys can leave a like, subscribe, maybe share the video with others, do whatever you want. Just wanted to say that I'm actually proud of myself for the reviews I put out this year as a whole. I never thought I would get myself into this position where I actually can make reviews. last couple of years I wasn't able to do what I want to do, but now I'm in a state where I can just put out whatever I want. And next year is gonna be a crazy year. I'm gonna try, I'm not gonna try, but I will put up a lot of reviews. I'm gonna say that next year is gonna be the review year, the year where I just go ham with the reviews. I'm currently replaying a lot of Need for Speeds. So yeah, like we're gonna be getting Need for Speed reviews. From what I know now, I'm gonna start with Carbon and then go from there on, or maybe start with Most Wanted 2012 and then Carbon, and then, but we'll see with that. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna start with Carbon or Most Wanted 2012 and then Carbon, whatever, and then just carry on with the Need for Speed franchise, and then I'll figure out something else to do after that. Obviously, we still got Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown that is coming out soon. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed again, but if it does, then it will be moved. But if it doesn't, then I get to review it like next spring. So that'll be good as well. And yeah, so next year is gonna be crazy. There's gonna be a lot of normal videos next year as well. So if you guys are excited for that, just stay tuned, I guess. That's it, man.